What's up, gamers? Welcome to Review Bombing, and this is pretty much like an introductory video. I'm gonna probably be making quite a few of these. They're not gonna be like part one, part two, or anything like that. It's just gonna be showing you the construction of the website, showing you the ideas. I'll, at some point eventually create some actual video reviews in regards to publishers and developers. They're gonna take a lot longer. Well, they're not gonna take a lot longer, but they're gonna take some time because I want to make sure I actually do proper research and all that kind of stuff. Not just on the stuff I already know, but if there's anything that I don't know, that kind of thing. So I guess I'll start by explaining what review bombing is, and not like what it is, because I'm sure you have an idea of what it is, but what review bombing the website and the YouTube channel is. It's a place where we actually review video game developers and publishers. You go to any other video game website and you can only review the video games themselves and not the publishers. And I think this could help mitigate, not completely stop, but mitigate or prevent at least mass review bombing campaigns to games that honestly don't deserve to be littered with controversial subjects. Whether it's warranted or not is irrelevant and totally up for debate. So that's pretty much the idea. And what I'm going to be showing you in a couple of minutes is kind of what you can expect from a review, what it looks like, how you're going to be able to interact with it, so on and such forth. And we'll jump into a little bit other areas of the website, that kind of thing. Some of the top topics we're going to be talking about, is, at least in the reviews, we're not doing a review, mind you, is the quality of the product or service, ethics, support, and interaction. Those are the things that will be like the main categories for reviewing the developers and the publishers. If you agree or disagree with those, you can always let me know in the comments below. If you have your own suggestions, you can also comment them below. We're going to be using a 10-point system. It's not just going to be an article written and then the person decides, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 or something like that. They're actually going to be required to tally up their positives and their negatives. And it's because it's a 10-point system. So for example, if they say 5 positives and 5 negatives, then we subtract that 5 from the 10, we get 5 out of 10. In the case where they exceed the total amount of 10, which is the total possible score, well, I'm going to use a smaller example here, 11, then we simply evenly take a half a point from positive, half a point from negative, and then 2 of those items simply are worth 0.5, which now totals up to 10, and we subtract our, negatives from our positives, giving us, say like 6.5 out of 10. All right, so currently when you guys come to the website, this is what you'll see. I'm not going to lie, there isn't anything preventing you from going and looking at the website if you know the links, because this isn't like forcing people to stay here. But this is pretty much what you see, a link to, social media. Not really that important. That's not why we're here. You can also access the website from .org. It must have redirected, but yeah, you can access it from .org as well. It just simply, redirects to review to .net. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of this. So here is an example. This is a work in progress for an actual review of Electronic Arts, so it is not complete. There is a couple of areas that have dummy text. So number one, we have a short description of the company in general. Their start date, the type. This one is a developer and publisher. What they're best known for. I know they're also known for FIFA, but there's some kind of character limitation in this box.
I have to get a hold of the developer of this system and see if there's a way for me to increase it. The worst game is apparently Command & Conquer 4 from what research I did find. We are going to do a best game. There is going to be one here. I just haven't done it yet. So that's pretty much that small information. As you can see over here, this is where you're going to automatically be able to see, just like up here, comparing our score with your score, user scores. You can easily go up, down, yada yada. You'll be able to read people's reviews right here. So you'll even have your own thing. You can write the review, obviously. I'll show you what that looks like. This is dummy text, just ignore it. You'll have your title, your name, your email, the rating. You'll be able to upload like a small image, probably roughly the size of what you just saw on the previous page. And of course here, and we will be allowing guests to write reviews as well. Obviously all reviews will be examined, looked at, so on and such forth. If the website becomes too big, which I don't really expect it to be, but if by some reason it were, then this might start requiring in the future to be registered as a member. But for now, we're not very big, so we're going to allow guests to simply write a review without actually having to register. You will have to be registered to comment, though. Sorry to say that one. Just not to write a review. All right. And speaking of review, here is an idea of what ours will look like. As you can see, it's going to have a completely different header image. This isn't the one I chose. This is a dummy one. I'm going to change it. This will be obviously a little bit more immersive, I guess you could say, if that's a good term. Here we have the good, the bad, our score again, and then of course user scores, where you can once again do that. And here you can comment on, this isn't the review, just commenting on the review itself. Let's see. We go to, you go to the home page for the developer, and as you can see, you can actually choose to follow Electronic Arts. So you'll be able to be informed of new news, new videos, and of course, obviously, well, I don't know if it might do it. I haven't tested it to see if it will inform you of new user reviews. But yeah, the news section for the developers and publishers is basically going to be anything that is positive and negative. Not, oh, Electronic Arts releases whatever game or so on and such forth. Basically positive, negative. Have they done something positive, noteworthy, that, you know, they weren't a dick about, or did they actually do something dickish? That kind of thing. The negative report is going to be an official list of all controversies that the company has been known for or was a part of. So in EA's case, as you can see, they got the lovely trophy for the Golden Poo Award of 2012-2013. So that would be listed in the negative report, along with putting DRM on SimCity 4, so on and such forth. All right, we come up to the categories. Obviously, we're not dealing with video games, so the categories isn't 360 PlayStation. It's developers, publishers, which obviously Electronic Arts will appear in both of these because they are one in the same. Somebody like Hello Games would go in the indie. Just a regular company, a small developer, say like Level 5, which is a Japanese development company. They've done games like Rogue Galaxy, the Professor Layton games, I believe is what they are, for the 3DS. They would go in the developers. Mobile is strictly for mobile developers and publishers. So even if big companies like Electronic Arts make mobile games, we're not going to review them as a developer or publisher for mobile games. This is strictly mobile. They don't do any other thing. They don't make games for the consoles or anything like that. Retro is where I thought I would allow people to see another side of companies. So as you can see, this is more of a modern review in today's modern gaming. But let's ask the question, what was Electronic Arts like in the retro age? or even the PlayStation age, the PlayStation 2 age, before DLC, microtransactions, online pass, etc., etc., etc. So the retro review, it's going to be set up just like this. It'll be EA, except, it'll say, retro in front of it. We'll actually have not this information, but information that's more in regards to, technically this is in regards to their history, but, something different, something that gives you a little bit more information that is different than what's found here. And obviously we won't have a negative report, because this one, is obviously before DLC, stuff that is considered negative, so on and such forth. All right. The gamer vids, there's going to be a certain amount of videos that will be listed, and gamers will be able to submit their videos, and they will be listed on the page for approximately a month. And you'll be able to submit your own video reviews of Electronic Arts, Konami, so on and such forth. And if you do it fast enough, they will ultimately appear here. So that pretty much sums that up, ladies and gentlemen. This is just some basic stuff, some dummy content. So as you can see, this is part of this. So you'll get a little bit of sample of current articles. These are dummy, obviously, because we don't do video games. We're going to have a message board, a blog, so on, about us. So let's click on this right now, because it actually is done. Well, kind of. This is our development status. Why the text is white, I don't know. I've tried changing it. It's not working. So I have to figure that. I have to troubleshoot that one. So this is our basically about us. We come down to the staff. Yeah, that's my ugly mug. Don't burn your eyes out, all right? I'm a lonely guy right now. This is a big task, but I'm going to stick with it because I really feel that a website like this could be useful. Not just for, review bombing campaigns, but honest reviews to give gamers a place to review developers and publishers. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form, gamers. And remember, if you're not reviewing, well, you're probably playing a video game, unlike me.